Today I'm going to teach you how to take some braised short rib or any sort of braised meat that you might have left over and turn it into an amazing pasta. This is my braised short rib recipe. If you haven't checked it out, I'll leave a link down below. But anytime you have a braised meat, maybe it's pork butt, maybe it's a chuck roast, maybe it's short rib, maybe it's whatever. One of my favorite things to do is to pull it apart, use that jus or that sauce that you cooked it in, and create like a little ragu out of it. And there's no vegetables in this. I sort of just kind of strained it out and made a nice sauce with it. But I do have some old onions and some old carrots that I need to get out of the refrigerator. So why not sort of just like make a mock ragu with it? So I'll just dice up some of these carrots, dice the onion, we'll saute that. There's a lot of garlic in here, so I'm not gonna add any more, but if you want to add garlic, you can add it as well. I add a little bit of parsley, some Parmesan cheese, of course. And then I just took like a quart container and filled it about halfway up with some rigatoni. And that's about a portion of pasta. So for me, I'm a big fan of making individual portions of pasta. I don't like leftover pasta. I like pasta at its peak perfection. So I make single portions when I need to. So first we're just gonna prep our ingredients. I need to wash the carrots, chop up the vegetables, shred up the meat, and then we can just jump and make this lickety split. You can slice the thin parts of the carrots into 4s, and then the thicker parts you could slice into 6 pieces so that they're roughly equal sizes, and then dice them up. I'll just dice the onion as normal. I'm gonna save this other half of the onion. I don't think I really need it. So I have my chopped vegetables. Just gonna dice some parsley up for garnish. Parsley stems into a stock bag. Always save these. I like to grate my cheese on some sort of flat surface that I could just sweep into a nice little bowl. So I'm just gonna shred the short rib up as best as I can. I have my brodo in there, so that's why this is so gelatinous. So there's a lot of flavor going on here. This is a developed sauce, essentially. And it's got tomato, it's got the onions, garlic, it's got almost everything it needs. You almost don't even need any extra vegetables, but we're just gonna try and use up some stuff that we have and put this all together to make something delicious. So this is how we're gonna make this dish. I got some water over there, almost up to a boil. I'm just gonna salt it for the pasta. Drop that. Then we got our vegetables. We're just gonna cook in a little bit of olive oil. We're gonna sweat them out. We're gonna try and develop maybe a little bit of color, not too much. Then we're gonna add the meat into the pan. Then we're gonna add the sauce. And by then, the pasta should be somewhat cooked. There should be some starchy pasta water developed. At that point, we can adjust the consistency of the sauce. It might be too thick. So we can use that pasta water to make decisions on what consistency we want this sauce to be. So just follow along and you'll see how it all comes together. Season the water with some salt and then get the pan on medium-high heat. Add a little bit of olive oil and then get those vegetables in and start to get them cooking. Then add the meat. When the onion and garlic start to brown, you can add the braising liquid. Once that's warmed up, you can get that off the heat. Add the pasta to the sauce about 1 minute shy of al dente. And then start adding pasta water until the sauce comes together and the pasta finishes cooking. Leftovers never really excited me. It wasn't until I started cooking where I started thinking about how to like reawaken a leftover, maybe repurpose it into something new. And it's one of my favorite reasons for making a short rib or a chuck roast or pork roast, making a lot of it, shredding it or having it stored in the sauce it was cooked with, and then repurposing it into like a pasta or a potato hash like we did the other week. A lot of you guys asked me for meal planning, and I think that my view of meal planning is a little bit different. It's more just like make a bunch of stuff and have it available for you to make meals rather than predetermined, pre-portioned meals. So that's sort of my mentality about it. Maybe it'll evolve or change, but now if you want to learn how to make these short ribs or the short rib grilled cheese I mentioned, I'll leave links down below. Those are the two things I'm making when I have leftover short rib. If it ain't a short rib grilled cheese, it's definitely turning into a short rib pasta. Again, you gotta try to make those short ribs, make a little bit of extra so you have another meal to make out of it. Thank you all for watching. Thanks to my patrons. Big shout out to you. We're in tough times and I kind of expected a few of you patrons to drop. Unexpectedly, more are showing up. I appreciate you guys so much. I can't thank you enough. It just means the world to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you guys are staying sane. We're about a month into this quarantine, so really just hope you guys are doing well, hanging in there and staying safe. Anyway, that's all that I have today. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care of yourself and go feed yourself.